Hey, what's up, Solar family? How are you? Hopefully, you're doing amazing. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday. I'm actually working from home today. So, if you guys hear my kids screaming and yelling, I totally apologize because you will hear them screaming and yelling here in a second. But what's going on, everybody? How are you? Hopefully, you're doing amazing. And if you guys haven't scheduled your solar strategy call yet, make sure you guys do that. solarstrategycall.com. And also check out our CRM, right? We've been working really hard to create a customized CRM for the solar industry that's made by solar pros and for solar pros like yourself. There's going to be a description right below, and make sure you guys check it out. We have a 14-day free trial right now. Let us know what you guys think, right? We would love to get your feedback to make it even better so we can serve you and help you with our CRM. What's going on, everybody? So I'm trying something new on Fridays. I've been trying something new over the last few weeks, but I think this would work out a lot better. So on Fridays, I want to do Objections Friday, right? I know a lot of new folks want to learn how to handle objections. And also right in the description, you guys can actually download the objections training that we have. It's absolutely free. We just want you to take care of the processing fee. I think it's like $4.97. Take care of that processing fee, and it's all yours, right? For like $5, right? Make sure you guys take a look at that as well. So the idea is I'm going to plug in live on Fridays, and I'm going to answer any objections that you guys are experiencing out in the field. And I really want to help, right? So we have a solar university training, and we really, really want to help you, especially if you're new in the industry. Or maybe, you're a roofing contractor, or you're in a home remodeling space, or you even have a solar company like you want to scale and you need some training. We're a safe zone to bring your folks. We can train them to really, really, help them to be skillful for you. But yeah, so I want to try something new this week, and I want to make this a recurring Friday objections type of training. So if you guys have any objections, type them in the chat, right? Type it in the chat. And again, this could be a 2-minute call or 30-minute call, right? Or not even a call, 30-minute live broadcast. But I'm here to serve. I'm here to help. If you guys have any questions as well, make sure you guys type it in the chat. I would love to answer it. But what I want to talk about really quickly with objections, right, while we're waiting for some comments and some questions to come in, is there's a proper way to answer objections, right? It's called the 3 Fs. The 3 F stands for feel, felt, found. So what happens is traditionally with consultants that are new, when a homeowner has objections, you just jump right into their throat, right? Oh, Mr. Smith, no. This is good for you, right? You can lock in your rates. You can do this, that, and this, and the other. And you basically are not necessarily being combative, but you're not showing any empathy. So what the idea is, when a homeowner has an objection, you want to use the feel, felt, found, meaning that because it is an objection, they're going to put up a wall, right? And what you want to do is you want to be able to bring that wall down without without tit for tatting with the homeowner, right? Because you're gonna tit for tat. You're gonna be like, oh no, the homeowner's gonna say one thing, you're gonna say another thing, and he's gonna say one thing, you're gonna say another. And what you want to do is you want to have empathy for the homeowner and use the feel, felt, found method, meaning that, hey, I understand how you feel. I felt the exact same way. Or you can even use an example for another homeowner. Hey, you know what, John and Rebecca Smith felt the exact same way. There's another homeowners I spoke with last week, and this is what we found, right? So you want to use that method, feel, felt, found. Use the 3 Fs before you answer the objection, and it's going to really help you empathize with a homeowner, and you're not going to tit for tat with them. And I think this is a very, very important skill to know, because objections will come up. Ideally, if you have a really good presentation, there's not too many objections that come up. But again, some objections will come up. And even if you don't have a perfect presentation, but you know how to handle objections, that may be just enough to help you close deals, right? But a lot of people or consultants, like I said, especially when you're new and maybe you're not in the sales, you just tit for tat with a homeowner. You know what I mean? Especially when you've been sitting there when you're new, right? You're probably sitting in the homeowner's home for 2 hours and whatnot, right? You're getting frustrated. You want to close the deal. You're tired. And then now at the end, they have an objection and you don't necessarily know how to handle objection properly. And now you're tit for tatting, right? So you want to make sure you use the 3 F's, Phil felt found. I have a video of it as well. Make sure you check that out as well. What's up, Ever? What's going on, Timothy? How are you? How are you guys doing? The one I struggle with is, well, I know solar is great, but I plan on moving in the next 2 years, right? So really, really good. So this is a really, really good objection because, again, some homeowners or most homeowners, right, they move within 7 to 10 years. And what I do is I pre-frame this, right? When they're like, oh, you know what? I'm not sure if this is going to be good for me because I'm going to be moving. So what I do is, hey, I would say, hey, you know what, John and Rebecca, I'm pretty sure you guys are not going to be moving within the next 12 months, right? Because if you guys are moving within the next 12 months, this wouldn't make sense because it takes about, 2 to 3 months to get the system installed. That's even if you qualify. And obviously you guys would only reap the benefits for about, 6 or 7 months, right? So it wouldn't make sense if you guys are moving out within the next 12 months, right? So that kind of just eliminates the objection. Like, oh, I'm going to be moving out in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I'm just letting the homeowner know right off the bat that, you know what, it wouldn't make sense if you're moving within 12 months, right? But I'm pretty sure you guys aren't. No, we're not. It's going to be 2 years. Great. So this is still going to benefit you if you qualify for it, right? So I would go that approach with that. All right. I would go that approach. Hey, what's up, Ever? What's up? What's up? So Timothy's question, how do you respond to a client if you're promoting a PPA and the client asks if a lien will be put on the home? Yeah, so there is a fixture filing, right? There is going to be a fixture filing. Most PPAs have a fixture filing. That just means that's not necessarily a lien on the home, right? So fixture filing, meaning that you can't sell the property with the solar panels attached to it, right? Meaning that, say, for example, you get a finance option. So that means that the property value will go up about 4%. Obviously, you want to talk to your realtor about that. But in that situation, when there's a finance or they bought the system outright, they can tie in that 4+%, whatever that is, right, to negotiate for the solar panels into the cost of the house. So with this situation, obviously, because it is a lease or it is a PPA, you're not going to be able to take the value of that solar system and tie it onto the cost of the house because it's not their system, right? It's the company's solar system still. Yeah, so there is a fixture filing. But the good thing is, Mr. Smith, the only thing you got to do is call and they could remove the fixture filing and then they could put it back on when you refi or whatever the situation may be, right? But keep in mind, Mr. Smith, it's not a lien on your house. It's transferable to the next homeowner or whatnot. And there's no problems if you sell a home in the future, right? So that would be my objection to that. But again, every single solar company may be a little bit different. So make sure that your company, if you offer the PPA, it is a fixture filing. It may be a lien, right? So I'm not sure with your particular solar company. Most of the time when it's a PPA, like with Sunrun or whatnot, it is a fixture filing. All right. Awesome. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. But yeah, these are really, really good objections, right? Great objections. And again, make sure you guys download the objections training. It's going to be in the description. It's down below. If you're watching this live, obviously it's not there yet. I'll post it here as soon as we get off live. But if you're watching this on a replay, it's already there. Go down there in the description. You can go ahead and download the objections training. It's absolutely free. The only thing we ask you is pay the processing fee. I think it's less than $5, right? And it's not going to be like that forever. You know what I mean? I know we've been helping a lot of people out with objections training. It's only $5 because it's just paying for the processing fee. But I know it can really, really help you guys out, right? Again, even if you're not too skillful at closing the deal yet, but if you memorize the objections that may come up and you know it by heart and you can answer the objections confidently, that's really going to help you close deals, right? Versus if I know the sales pitch and they throw out objections and I don't know how to answer that confidently, then more than likely I'll probably lose some deals. But even though I'm kind of stumbling a little bit through the pitch or through the presentation, but I know how to answer every single objections that may come up, I will have a higher probability of closing that deal, right? Does that make sense, guys? Awesome. Hey, what's up, Jay? How are you, man? How are you doing? Are there supply chain issues in getting panels considering all the other supply chains? which is taking place right now. I haven't heard any, Jay. I mean, we're still getting solar panels. I mean, we're installing systems, 4+ weeks. And you know how it is, right? Everyone, you want to make sure you under promise and over deliver, right? Even though you can install a system in 4 weeks, there may be some delays for whatever reason. You want to set that expectation. Like, you know what? This system may take 8 to 10 weeks, right? 8 to 10 weeks. Because at the end of the day, they've been paying for the electric bill for over 5, 10, 15, 20 years anyway, right? So they can wait another 2 or 3 months. But the good thing is, obviously, we're going to under promise, over deliver. And then from there, right, if we can install the system within 4 weeks, then now you look like a rock star. What I noticed in this industry, a lot of people over promise and under deliver. And they say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, we're going to get the system up within 3 or 4 weeks. And then next, 4 weeks comes, 5 weeks comes, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks or whatnot. And then now, the homeowner's pissed because we overpromised. Always overpromise. Under promise, over deliver, right? Always do that, because you can always back it up and be like, hey, great news, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I've been going up to bat for you. I spoke to my manager and you're in queue. It's only been 4 weeks. I know I told you 10, but I really, really want to get your system up as soon as possible. Now you look like a rock star, right? I'm going to read a couple more comments or whatnot here. And again, guys, if you guys have, colleagues in the solar industry, make sure you guys let them know on Fridays. I'm going to be popping on live here, answering any objections you guys may have. And again, in the description, download the objections training, right? All right, Jay, you're very welcome, man. You're very, very welcome. We have to always under promise, over deliver all day long. Even when our design, right? The design, we show them, hey, Mrs. and Mrs. Smith, this is, preliminary. We may have to add some panels, remove some panels, right? Right now it's 98% offset, right? That's all I can guarantee you at this point, but it can get better, right? So a lot of people try to push it, right? In their design software, they try to add panels where they shouldn't be adding panels. And now they say, hey, Mrs. and Mrs. Smith, I got 100% offset. And when that design comes back because you overpromised, now the design team says, hey, you know what? We're going to have to remove like 10 panels on the south side because, there's penetrations all over the roof. And then now you're backpedaling with a homeowner and like, you know what? Shoot. You got to call the homeowner and be like, hey, John, Rebecca, unfortunately, I designed a system for 100% offset. Now I can only deliver 75%, right? So you want to always under promise, over deliver, and just give them the underproduction or the smaller system size, right? And do something more conservatively, or create a system that's more conservative, because again, now you look like a rock star if you can, let them know, hey, right now, Mrs. and Mrs. Smith, what I can guarantee based on what I'm looking at here is an 80% offset, but after, the site survey, it may change. We may have to add some more panels. We may be able to, or we may not be able to. Right, and make them commit to the lower offset. So when they do, when you do get the report back from your site surveyor, if it's 100% offset, then you come back and be like, hey, Mrs. Smith, guess what? Right? It used to be 80%. Great thing is now I can offset 100%. It's always easy to add more panels and to increase that production and let the homeowner know, hey, great news, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, or John and Rebecca. It's from, it was 80, now it's 100. Versus you say it was 100, now it's 80, right? That's a harder explanation. All right. Anybody else? What else you guys got? What else you guys got? And to make sure that you guys book your solar strategy call, right? If you guys haven't booked that yet, make sure you book your solar strategy call, solarstrategycall.com, especially if you guys are new in the industry, right? Invest in yourself, level up. As you guys know, there's more and more people getting in the solar industry. That just means that you have to really, really sharpen your sword so you can actually beat your competition, right? You have to invest in yourself. I can't stress that enough, right? A lot of folks are making great money. They're making $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 commissions. They don't reinvest that money back, whether it's their self, from mentors, getting a mentor, getting a coach, or even buying leads, right? 20% of that commission should go back into marketing, and a lot of folks don't do that, right? And what happens is you start losing the edge because there's more people actually, the ones that are taking courses and hiring mentors and coaches, they're learning strategies that no one is using. And they have that competitive edge against other competitors or other consultants. Again, you guys are getting amazing income. Make sure you reinvest that back, right? Learn more things, learn how to knock on doors better, learn how to, automate some sales processes, learn how to pitch better, right? You have to learn those things. And the great thing is, we have the opportunity right now. I mean, for us, we're definitely here for you, right? We've been doing sales training for consultants and solar companies for the last 4 years now. We're onboarding a lot more, contractors and home remodeling companies and things like that. But again, as an individual rep, you have to level up, right? You have to level up. How good are those leads? What leads? We get our leads at the door. Obviously, we're buying some as well. What leads, Louis? What else is there? Hey, what's up, Jason? How are you, man? Yeah, that's a good one. Hey, I thought you said my bill was going to go down. I didn't say anything. I didn't say your bill is going to go down, right? Now we actually have to pay more a month, right? So this sounds like more like a complaint. You know what I mean? After you sold the deal or whatnot. Because at the end of the day, this is what we teach all our students, right? We have an advantage, meaning that you guys have access to the proposal or the energy savings report before you go to the consultation. So meaning that since you already have that proposal, you basically have the answers to the quiz. You need to determine which way are you going to pivot during your presentation, right? Am I going to stress on the value? Obviously, you're always stressing on value. Or am I going to get away from talking about the monthly savings, right? Because if I talk about the monthly savings, there's none, right? There's zero. Because a lot of times too, especially out here in Texas, I mean, you're selling a bill swap, meaning that the homeowner has a $200 bill, and then now the solar is a $200 bill as well, right? So how would you sell that? At the end of the day, you have to strategize and know that, you know what, I'm coming into this proposal that there's no savings, there's a bill swap. Now I have to really focus on getting the homeowner bought in, on locking in their rate, right? Get the homeowner bought in on the value, how much value they're going to get on their home, right? Compared to if they stay with the local utility company. Let me ask you this, John, Rebecca, if you stay with a local utility company, how much value do you get from them? Besides them giving you your energy, when you're paying every single month for that electric bill, is it paying down a system? Is it adding value to your home? Is it locking in your rates? Is it giving you ownership? No, it doesn't. So the great thing here, Bill, Rebecca, if you qualify, there's always going to be a takeaway, right? You're paying $200 now. With the great thing with solar is it's $200 as well, but this never goes up ever again, right? And obviously there's a lot more strategies behind this, but again, for us personally, we really dig in the pain, right? Putting salt on the wound, that's what we call it. And then we also give the solution. But basically, you really need to emphasize, if you stay with a local utility company right now, you get no value, zero, besides, your lights, the ability to turn your lights on. But the good thing with solar, again, Mr. Smith, I'm not sure if you qualify or not, and get this buy-in before you even show them the energy savings report, right? Let me ask you this, John, Rebecca, if I could lock you in at $200 a month and that never went up ever again, right? Without even showing you the energy savings report, would that be a good idea, right? Because knowing what you know now, right? Do you think the price of electricity is going up, down, or remain the same over the next 20 or 25 years? Oh, it's going up. Absolutely. How much do you think it's going to go up? Oh, 4%? Yes, you're absolutely right. Why do you think it goes up? Yep, I agree, man. You just got to agree, right? Oh, it's the politics. It's the greedy utility company, whatever it is, just agree. What you're doing is you're getting them mad. You're getting a little upset. And again, I'm setting up the framework, right? I'm setting up the framework that there's no savings. They don't know this yet, right? Because they haven't seen the energy savings report. But I'm setting up the framework to show them a bill swap. Right? But I have to really set that up first instead of not setting it up. And then now you show them the report and there's not enough value there, right? Then we're like, bro, you want me to put 40 panels on my house and I don't even get any savings? And also focus on the long-term savings, right? We always tell our students is when you're looking at the energy savings report, we're currently using Solo right now, right? But this can be done in any design software. What is the big number, right? We always focus on the big number. What is that big number, right? Meaning that show them the 25-year, 30-year savings first. The good thing is Rebecca, John, right? You're saving $25,000 just by switching over to solar. But again, I don't know if you qualify at this point, but this is how much you guys can qualify for. Currently, right now, you guys are paying, $200 a month, right? Usually that's their current bill. And then the smallest number on that proposal should be the solar cost, right? And you have to go in that direction. You know what I mean? But again, it's literally to answer your question. What's that, Jason? You have to really frame it up, right? Before you show them the report, you have to really frame it up. You have to get all the buy-ins already. That solar is a great idea, so you can lock in the rate. So let me ask you this. I mean, even if I can lock in your rates right now, Jason, I mean, wouldn't that be a good idea? So it never goes up ever again, right? So you need that buy-in before. Because if you haven't gotten that buy-in, you haven't established that foundation yet before you show them the proposal, then more than likely you're going to say no. All right. Exactly. From selected homeowners that want to switch to solar from Lewis. Absolutely. Right. And again, you have to know when to be able to walk away, meaning that if this doesn't make sense for a homeowner, you need to be able to get up from the coffee table, shake their hand. Thank you, John, Rebecca. Right. Thank you for your time. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it just does not make sense for the homeowner to move forward with solar because it's going to significantly increase their electric bill, all right, or their solar bill. And we're here as professionals, right? We all have to police this industry. It's an amazing opportunity for all of us. But I see it so many times over and over again. I'm pretty sure you guys do on social media. A lot of folks say, don't go solar. My bill went up. They told me I was going to get a federal tax credit every year. I didn't, right? So it's up to us to police this industry because it is an amazing opportunity. And it's up to us to make sure that everybody is in compliance, right? Because we need to be able to get up and say, you know what, this doesn't make sense for you, right? It just doesn't make sense. And sometimes it doesn't make sense. And sometimes you're going to have to catch and release, let it go, right? You're going to have to just let it go. Because at the end of the day, think about it. At the end of the day, their overall objective is to save money, right? That's what they want to do, whether that's replacing LED lighting, putting insulation, changing the windows, whatever that is, right? That's their end goal is to save money. And if they're not going to save money, get up, go. Maybe in a few years, it may be more viable. There are a lot of homeowners out there to service that will save a lot of money versus the one burning other folks that aren't saving money. Now it just ruins the whole industry, right? Steven, do you know anything about power? Yes, I do. Jonathan Budd is a good friend of mine. What is the question? What is the question? Yes, I do. This is good. This is good conversation, guys. And again, if you guys haven't downloaded the solar objections training that we have, it's absolutely free for you. We're just asking for you to pay the processing fee. It's $4.97. It's another $5. There's a description right below this video. Go ahead and get that, right? And also our CRM, right? Give our CRM a try. If you don't have a CRM right now, we built a CRM built by solar pros for solar pros like yourself. Make sure you take that for a test drive as well. You get a 14-day free trial. We're still in the beta test right now. We're still adding more features to it. But the great thing with CRM is you have visibility, right? You have visibility, all your leads. It's really, really critical. Where's all my leads? We're also doing like automated messages that goes out depending on the stage. But it's an amazing platform. And make sure you guys check that as well. Take it for a test drive. It's 14 days free trial. Check it out. And I know you guys will love it. Give us some feedback as well, right? Give us some feedback on how we can make it even better. Are they a good company to join? Yeah, it's good. I mean, Power is good, right? There's some good folks in Power that I know of. I know all the top leadership. Again, I know Jonathan Budd. It's a really, really good company to join with. Absolutely. Training wise, well, if you're talking about training, I'm not sure, right? So I know they're revising their training and whatnot, and that's the problem with this industry right now. Steven, just for everybody else, I'm pretty sure you've gone through this, especially if you're new in the solar industry. There's zero training, right? There's a little bit of training, maybe in the office, maybe they'll recruit you. I'm not saying about power, and this is nothing to do with power, just in general. They recruit you, they bring you on board, right? With these solar companies, they may, take you for like a ride along, right? A ride along with somebody that just started last week as well. And that's the extent of your training. You know what I mean? This solar industry right now, it's either you sink or swim, or you either stick on the wall or you don't. And that's the culture right now. And that's why Solar University is there to fill that gap for training, because that's the foundation of solar. You can have the lowest red line, right? Lowest red line possible, amazing warranties, guarantees, panels, whatever that may be. If you don't know how to close deals in a systematic way, all the other stuff doesn't matter, right? The foundation of solar is learning how to close deals. What is the sales script? What is the sales methodologies? Because a lot of people, I honestly feel, I'm not sure if it's because of ego. Oh, I've been selling, cars for 50 years. I'm a closer. And then they don't want to invest in themselves and learn from folks that's already been doing it, because you don't want to reinvent the wheel over again. For example, if I wanted to get in the car industry, right, I will go find the best car salesman and I will take that training, or I will get mentorship from that person, because I want to cut the learning curve, right? Because the amount of time that you can learn from somebody that's already doing the things that you want to do, that can be, months, years of experience that you condense, and that could be thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in your pocket, because you invest in yourself to learn from people that's already doing it, right? And again, if you cut the learning curve, you could be making thousands and thousands of dollars now by investing into yourself. We have training programs right now that ranges from $5,000, right, all the way up to $50,000 to $100,000, right? And again, it's because the return on investment is fairly quick in this industry. Even if you're starting out and you join our training, you spent $5,000 on our training, and we taught you how to run your business like a business. We showed you the ins and outs. We showed you door to door. We showed you everything that we do as far as closing deals. We showed you how to build a mini brand. We showed you how to send out, automated messages, how to use the CRM, how to use the platform, how to follow up in homeowners so you can pull them all the way through. One deal is your return on investment. One freaking deal. You go to college, you pay 50, 60. I think my wife's a lawyer by trade. She paid probably over almost $100,000. It's not going to be one deal, one client that's going to pay that off. All right, guys? That's how you're going to get ahead of the competition. I guarantee you. The more you invest in yourself, whether it's art training or mindset or development, whatever that may be, the more you invest in yourself, the more money you're going to make, and you're going to get ahead of everybody else. I guarantee you that. Right? But a lot of folks don't. I think it's a poor mindset, right? Oh, what am I going to get? Right? Oh, man, I got to pay you money? No, I'm actually going to make you money. Does that make sense, guys? But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Yeah, they are good. There's a lot of great companies out there. Yeah, Jonathan Budd, his company, they're growing rapidly. They're doing really well, and hats off to them, right? Lika, what areas should you knock? Low income places, middle class. Really, really good question. Yeah, so for us at Solar University, we have a daily live training on Fridays. We talk about door to door. We have a coach that talks about door to door all day. I'm not the door to door king. I'm more like an online person. That's my expertise. But yeah, we have a door to door coach. And when I knocked on doors, I thought like, hey, let me go to like the most affluent areas, like where the big houses are at, the mansions. Didn't do too well, right? Because again, these people have a lot of money, right? A lot of extra money, right? So if you show them $100 savings, a lot of times they're like, not enough savings, right? Versus if you go to the middle class area, right? To answer your question, Lika, I mean, you go to middle class area where it's blue collar folks that, they really work hard for their money, right? So not necessarily really work hard, but they work hard for the money. So what happens is if you go into certain demographics of people, they see the value of saving $20, $30 a month, right? Versus also if you go to more low income areas, right? It kind of backfires on you, because even though they see the value of saving $20, $30 and they all want to sign up, unfortunately, and I'm not saying every low income area this is the situation, but statistically, they'll probably fail credit, right? They'll probably fail credit. So if you go too in an area where it's too low income, they will want to do it, but you'll find out that there a lot more folks in the lower income are failing credit. Don't get me wrong, people that are even living in a $1 million, multi-million dollar homes, I'm not saying they have perfect credit, but you'll have a better result finding the middle class area, right? And I can't really determine that middle class area for your area. I mean, middle class in California, I mean, you're poor in California if you're making $100,000 a year, right? You're barely scraping by. So you're going to have to find that demographics of homes in your particular area. All right. All my sales been door-to-door. Awesome. Awesome. You need the door-to-door skills. I honestly feel that to really crush it in the solar industry, go learn door-to-door. Because even if you're buying leads, right? Even if you got a brand, your brand can be shut down, today. If you're buying leads, their brand can get shut down today. Now they can't supply you leads, or those leads might start turning into junk. Right? You maybe get leads now, and then next thing you know, a few weeks down the road, a few months down the road, a few years down the road, those leads turn to junk. But the good thing is if you know door-to-door and you can teach people how to do door-to-door, those leads are free, right? And it's never, I don't want to say it'll ever turn to junk, but you have the ability to go get leads yourself, right? You can fish for it yourself. Does that make sense, everybody? Because if you're buying fish from the store, that fish may go dry. They may not get a shipment anymore. But if you know how to, put a bait on your pole and set it all up and cast it out there and get your own fish, that would be most ideal, right? That would be most ideal. And also when you're growing and you're scaling, it's easy to scale and grow a door-to-door team, right? Because you've already done it yourself. You could teach these guys how to do it. It's very difficult for someone to teach somebody else, like, online marketing, right? Creating a brand. Not everybody wants to create videos. Not everybody wants to be a solar expert online, right? Which is fine. But everybody can go knock on doors, right? All right, everybody. So that's my time for today. Thank you guys for plugging in. And again, make sure you book your solar strategy call at solarstrategycall.com. Let's take this conversation further, right? If you guys want to dive in deeper. Also, make sure you guys get the course, our objections training is right below this video in the description. Try out our CRM as well, right? Give us some feedback. Let us know what we can improve on. And again, that's another thing too, before I end the stream, make sure you guys are, you have a mentor that's helping you and telling you what you can improve on, right? And measure it, right? What you measure will grow, right? When you measure. Like, especially when you guys have a consultation and you leave the consultation, take a minute in your car and write down the things that went well and write down a few things that you could work on, right? Because what you track is going to grow, right? What you track is going to grow. So focus on what went well and track down what didn't go so well, right? So now you can improve, right? You can improve. You need to run this business like a business, guys. Take it seriously. Put the time in. Put in 8 hours a day if you have to, right? Because it's an amazing opportunity where you can make amazing income, and put the grind in, put the time in. I guarantee you guys will be amazing sooner or later, right? Everybody sucked at the beginning, right? But if you put in the time, if you have the right strategies, the right pitch, the right mentor, the right people around you, you're going to get better and better and better and better. All right, everybody, you guys have an amazing weekend. Make sure you guys take advantage of the courses down below, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace, guys.